guys certainly know how to lay down a heavy beat. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 hard rock and heavy metal drummers. For this list, we picked drummers from hard rock and heavy metal bands only. We've excluded Led Zeppelin and others like them because we're defining them more as classic hard rock acts. Number 10, Vinnie Paul, Pantera, Damageplan, and Hellyeah. Playing in a band like Pantera makes it virtually impossible to not end up on this list. Of course, being one hell of a badass drummer certainly helps too. Vinnie Paul doesn't have a lot of flash, but he knows how to lay down a heavy-hitting beat. His grooves are all about high impact, and you can really feel the power he lays into the drums. We almost feel sorry for his drumheads. Almost. Number 9, Joey Jordison, Slipknot. Cool masks, blindingly fast double bass, blast beats, clever drum fills, and making it all look so easy. All these things are associated with Slipknot drummer Joey Jordison. Part of the anticipation that came with each new Slipknot album was what Joey was going to bring to the table. Although he was recently kicked out of the band, Joey will always be remembered for the pure awesomeness that he brought to Slipknot. Number 8, Danny Carey, Tool. If there ever was a drummer that made you question what you just heard, it would be Tool's Danny Carey. Musical enthusiasts and fans alike listen in wonder at the technicality of his drumming. His drum beats often involve time signatures that aren't straightforward. Carey is seen by many as the master of the polyrhythm, which is a beat that involves two or more conflicting rhythms. Studying his work definitely feels more like a math class than a drum lesson, in a good way. Number 7, Jimmy the Rev Sullivan, Avenged Sevenfold. When it comes to flash and making drumming look good, look no further than the work of Jimmy the Rev Sullivan. When Avenged Sevenfold changed their sound with 2005's City of Evil, Sullivan's drumming was really allowed to shine. Combining the musical influences of old-school thrash with modern hard rock, his drumming was a sight to behold. Though he unfortunately passed away in 2009 at the young age of 28, he had already cemented a legacy that will be remembered by metal fans for quite some time. 6. Alex Van Halen, Van Halen. The drummer of one of the biggest bands in history deserves a spot on this list. Though Van Halen might not be considered metal by today's standards, they were a little heavier than most of the rock bands in their day. Alex Van Halen is the ultimate rock drummer, combining traditional rock beats with some of the best solos in the business. He had all the skills needed to keep up with his brother, who we all know was pretty good at his instrument of choice as well. Number 5. Mike Portnoy, Dream Theater. With an enormous drum kit that would give Neil Peart a run for his money, Mike Portnoy doesn't hold back when deciding what pieces to bring with him on stage. Analyzing and studying his drum beats will take any aspiring drummer to school. Though he no longer plays with Dream Theater, that hasn't stopped him from joining other projects and bands. You don't even have to be a drummer to appreciate his awesome drum solos. Number 4. Nicko McBrain, Iron Maiden. You can't spell classic metal without the words Iron and Maiden. Nicko McBrain, on top of having one of the coolest names in the history of music, is the very definition of old school metal. His beats were more about getting the job done than showboating and being flashy. That being said, Nicko's drumming is not without some flair, incorporating a little swing and elegance into his beats. Number 3. Lars Ulrich, Metallica. Lars Ulrich is more than just an amazing drummer. Sure, it's important to have technical skill or play difficult beats at high tempos, but Lars brings much more than that to the table.
Open mind for a different view, and nothing else matters.
Throughout the years, he's shown that he's adaptable and versatile by varying his style in accordance with the band's musical evolution, and knows exactly how to keep in time with James Hetfield's rhythm guitar. Watching him play, you can really see how he draws the crowd in and provokes audience participation. Metallica mostly plays arena-sized shows, but no matter how large the venue, every show feels personal, and every fan feels like more than just someone in the crowd. And that's what metal is all about. Number 2. Bill Ward, Black Sabbath. Metal as it is today just wouldn't be the same without the originators of heavy, Black Sabbath. Bill Ward did for heavy metal what John Bonham did for rock and roll. He also backed up Tony Iommi's guitar wizardry with hard-hitting grooves and masterful drum work. Ward wasn't just the guy in the background banging out a few beats. He was showing the world what metal drumming was, and would eventually become. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1. Dave Lombardo, Slayer. It should be no surprise to see Dave Lombardo at the top of this list. As he drifted in and out of Slayer, he helped revolutionize the thrash and speed metal genres. His drumming is chock full of attitude and unrelenting rhythm. If you look up Lombardo in the dictionary, you would find that he is the exact definition of heavy metal drumming. He set the standard for the genre and showed later drummers what it meant to play hard and fast. Do you agree with our list? Who's your favorite hard rock or heavy metal drummer? For more heavy-hitting top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.